Hello, Wanderer, and welcome back to Lonely TTRPG, the solo actual play and review podcast. And today we are going to be playing So Long Mom by Robin Small. So Long Mom is written by Small Red Robin 13. It is inspired by the Tom Lehrer Jam. Requirements to play this game will require a copy of the game, a journal or something to write with, a 20-sided die, a 6-sided die, and some free time. As for the game itself, you are a B-52 bomber pilot with an important mission. War has been declared on the other country, and you have been chosen to fly the plane into their territory in order to drop an atom bomb on their capital city. To accomplish this mission, you have 3 attributes: courage, wits, and determination. Courage is the measure of your bravery and ability to continue despite the poor odds. Wits is a measure of your intelligence and quick thinking. Determination is a measure of your drive and commitment to your mission. So to determine your 3 attributes, you are going to roll 3d6 and add them together. Repeat this for each attribute. Over the course of your journey, you will also be tracking the damage dealt to your plane features. Plane features can be temporarily used to increase the associated attribute by 1 for a roll. However, should you fail that roll, the plane is damaged and you must mark that feature off. Features can also be randomly damaged throughout the game. When you have marked off all of your plane features, see Beyond Repair. So for features, we have armor for courage, radio and engine for wits, wings for determination, and hatch for courage. Throughout your journey, you will face several challenges, which you may fail or succeed at. To determine what challenges you face, roll a d6. This will present a test of either wits, courage, or determination. To determine the outcome of the roll, roll a 20. If your result is less than the number assigned to the appropriate attribute, that is a success. If not, it is a failure. Once you know whether the outcome was a success or failure, roll another d6. Use the appropriate table to determine what you gained or lost. If you failed while using a plane feature, do not roll to determine the outcome of your failure. Instead, describe how the feature is broken. Finally, record the events of the various rolls, as well as state this round has left you in. Alright, so to start off, we awaken early. After all, it is an important mission today. You rise, wash up, and get dressed before heading out. However, you quickly run into a problem. And for that's actually going to be the start of gameplay. So looking at the rest of the book, we got our tables for everything. And we have our rules for the end game. So we won't be getting too much into those right now. Instead, we are going to transition to our gameplay and roll up our character. So first things first, we need a pilot name. And of course, that is going to be Steel Stash. Pilot Steel Stash. Next, we need courage, wit, and determination. So rolling our 3d6 for our courage. We got 13. Wit, we got 7. We're not very witty. And determination. Big money, no whammy, and another 7. Nothing is worse than a brave idiot. And that's what we seem to be. Alright, so jumping on into gameplay. Like we said, actually, correction. Let's go ahead and drop our plane features right here as well. That way we can keep track of them. Alright, now diving on into gameplay. So, like we said, we awaken early. We have an important mission after all. But after getting ready for the day, we quickly run into a problem. And we need to roll 1d6 to determine what that problem is. 5. Our plane won't start. So we need to roll wits. Well, we are off to a strong start. So, again, we're rolling a d20 for this, and I have to roll below a 7. I got a 14. Outstanding. Plane won't start and I can't get it going. So we need to determine what our failure is. We are able to get airborne, but have lost a significant amount of time. That is a beautiful way to start off. Yeah, Tower, this is pilot Steel Stash. Unfortunately, we have experienced some engine trouble, and it's going to be a minute. Tinker, 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 clang, clang, clang. Tower, this is Steel Stash. We have managed to isolate and determine the issue. It has been corrected at this time. Request permission to take off. Steel Stash, this is Tower. Permission to take off granted. Hurry up, aviator. All right, so we are airborne. We are in the air. So after some time traveling to the other country, our radio crackles with a warning. There was an information leak, and they are prepared for you with the following. So now we need to roll another d6 to see what lies ahead of us. Please be courageous. Please be courageous. The other country has sent planes to shoot you down. You must outgun or lose them. Roll with determination. All right, so again, I need to roll below a 7. And I got another 14. I am cooking with nothing right now. All right, so what failure did I get? A 4. In evading the other country's forces, your plane is damaged. Mark off a plane feature. All right, so first and foremost, let's go ahead and let's roll this random. If I roll a 6, I will re-roll. Well, at least I lost a courage feature, which is something I can afford to lose. Bravo main, this is Steel Stash. Be advised, we have encountered enemy forces. I say again, we have encountered enemy forces at current bearing. We have taken direct contact with them. We managed to evade forces. However, we have lost some of our armor. We have taken several direct hits, and it has compromised the armor of my aircraft. Be advised, over. Steel Stash, this is Bravo Main. Be advised, continue to target. I say again, continue to target. Mission critical. Equipment expendable. Bravo Main, this is Steel Stash. Roger, copy all. Continuing to target. Time now. Oh man, we are doing amazing. All right, so the other country's forces are cunning, but you still persevere. Eventually, we reach the capital city, a strange place that you have never seen the likes of before. It is time to drop the bomb and not think about the deaths that you will cause. All right, so another roll. Hopefully we do better on this. Well, considering the subject matter, I don't know what better actually is. That is another 1. A wave of guilt washes over you. Can you really kill all these people? Roll with determination. 8. Yeah, and I think I was supposed to declare the use of features before rolling. Yeah, so that's going to be another failure. Yet again, another failure. So what shall our failure cause? All right, you are not far enough away when the bomb drops. Mark off all remaining equipment and see beyond repair. Yeah, so we're just going to get rid of all the rest of those plane features. We don't have any of them. And now we move on to beyond repair. All right, beyond repair. Despite your best efforts, your plane is badly damaged. You have no choice but to try and land. Choose odds or evens, then roll a d6. If the result matches, you land safely. However, if it doesn't, you crash land. All right, let's go ahead and go with odd. Of course. Oh, man. Much consternation leading up to the target because we've had nothing but time to think as we've continued our flight. The target is in sight, and the bombardier is calling for confirmation on launch. Steel Stash, sir. This is Bombardier requesting permission to drop payload. I say again, requesting permission to drop payload. And after much hesitation, after much deliberation and soul searching, I finally default to the orders that I was given and order the dropping of the payload. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, due to the hesitation and the flash of consciousness before me, I was unable to properly employ my ship. I was unable to properly employ my aircraft and did not reach minimum safe distance. Because of this, we were caught in the blast and we took so much damage. It was a miracle that I got the bird down, but unfortunately, I did not get it down on my terms. I got it down on gravity's terms. But down we are. To escape the probably burning wreckage, choose an attribute and make a test roll with that attribute. If you fail, you are trapped within, while success leads to an escape. All right, so we're going to go with courage. We're going to go with courage. This is the best that I got. I have nothing to help out my courage. I am just stuck with the burning vessel around me and doing what needs to be done to get myself and my crew out. Ha! At least I succeeded in this. Managing to summon up something deep within me, I was able to activate the escape options on the bird. We were able to get a hatch open and I was able to get the remainder of the crew out safely. Unfortunately, as the text says, we are still in enemy territory. So we are going to proceed with our personnel recovery plan. We are going to head to extraction point Alpha. But unfortunately, that is the end of what I have mechanics for with the book. So that is So Long Mom. A nice, fairly short game. Yeah, like you saw, it only took about 5-10 minutes of game, or 10, maybe 15 minutes of gameplay, if that, and that includes setup. So definitely if you gotta, definitely if you're just have a little bit of free time, something to check out. Of course, warning for the subject matter, because yeah, that the bomb drops regardless. So you have to like at least be comfortable with that much. Now, I can tell you that that the human mind has a amazing capacity to rationalize such decisions because it has to for self-preservation. And you do see that in a lot of the armed forces, just because we kind of have to. We are asked to do some things that are not always the most comfortable, just as the nature of war. Luckily, I have not been put in a situation like that myself, but it's one of those I know people who have, and again, it was all combatants. It was all people trying to kill us at the time. That's part of the reason why I prefer being a soldier as opposed to like Air Force or anything like that, because it becomes a lot easier to rationalize with yourself when you may not have been the one who shot first, just in that personal moment. And, I can tell you straight up from personal experience that in that moment, you aren't necessarily concerned with the geopolitics or any of those questions. You just realize that you're being shot at, and that at the very least, you need to be behind something and try to find what is shooting at you, because it doesn't always stop until you stop it. Again, I've been lucky. The handful of times they stopped on their own. So yeah, been very lucky in that regard. But this is another one of those games that like you could very easily play it casually and not think too much on it. The mechanics are fun. I like the mechanics. I like the stats. I like overall how it works. It wouldn't be too hard to tweak the subject matter to something that might not send you spiraling. And I apologize for this. I am I am trying not to get lost in my own head, but it was a fun game until I started thinking about it. But yeah, like I said, the mechanics are definitely fun. I did enjoy that. It does. I was kind of hoping that it would end up with more of a. Well, I mean, like ultimately, it did kind of end up more like a Doctor Strangelove ending. For those of you who have not seen Doctor Strangelove, first of all, it's a classic dark comedy. Highly recommend you go check it out. The humor is a little dated, but I mean, it is a great dark comedy with a very dry humor that satirizes the beliefs and the nationalism around the Cold War and some of our national defense plans at the time, as well as some of the other countries' national defense plans at the time. So yeah, when you actually stop and think about it, like you are going to have to do a level of rationalization with this. This game is definitely not for everybody, but at the very least, it's not like it's still a fun game with fun mechanics to check out. You can find So Long Mom for $5 on itch at smallredrobin13.itch.io/so-long-mom. And if you do decide to get it and you do decide to check it out and pick it up, make sure you tell them Steel Stash sent you. And yeah, that is So Long Mom. But before we end our day today, we're actually going to be talking about a product that was sent to me to check out and talk to y'all about, and that is going to be the Dungenerator. So the Dungenerator is a set of pre-generated dungeon tiles that you can get either digitally or as a deck of cards. And so the advantage of this is, especially for you solo dungeoneers who want to go and explore a dungeon but really hate having to figure out how that dungeon looks. You can pick up the Dungenerator and use it in order to build your dungeon. So go check them out. These cards look actually really good. The artwork on this looks amazing. I am a fan of this artwork. I was allowed to see, or I was given a copy of the first series, the Deck 1, and there are lots of variations in Deck 1 that include entrances, stairways, hallways, broken terrain, pits, pretty much everything that you can need. And included in all of that, it also includes some generation instructions for if you want to use these cards to generate your own and build your own dungeon crawl using them. Or you can use them to build your own dungeon crawls in whatever game or system you are currently playing. Either way, this is definitely something to go check out if, again, you are struggling on building your dungeons out. So Deck 2 is currently in Kickstarter right now. So go ahead and give that a check out. I think there's about a week left on it. However, they will also be on BackerKit. So I'll go ahead and drop a link for their Kickstarter, or you can go look it up on BackerKit if you want to check this out. But I have been your host this evening, Steel Stash. I want to thank you for watching. And remember to give us a like, comment, review, all of that good stuff. Tell a friend about us. After all, if you don't talk, we don't grow. And it becomes difficult to find more awesome solo people to play with. And it becomes harder and harder for me to find more solo games. It's a lie. It's really easy to find solo games. I have found way too many games to play. And I'm going to play them all for you, as long as you guys keep coming back to listen. But again, I have been Steel Stash. Thank you for watching, and remember, I must stash y'all to stay awesome. You've been listening to Lonely TTRPG, the solo TTRPG live play and review. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. You can also reach us at Twitter at BDDC_pod or at blackdragondungeoncompany@gmail.com. If you really like us, you can consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/blackdragondungeoncompany. Thank you so much.